So this is the Grand Tactical Series, or GTS, and I did just play through the full one-day scenario for the Greatest Day, which is the Commonwealth Beaches. I played one of the divisions, which was pretty cool. And and then I played a few of the Crete scenarios. So I played with the one day with six other guys, and I played Crete with Rich from around here. And we played Crete two campaigns, and then the learning scenario twice, and then the first three turns of the scenario one. So I was excited to get this in because it's all self-contained. It's really an intro to the series because the games are all most of them are quite large. I mean, you can find Crete for 70. They go on sale sometimes, so that's not too bad for a game, considering how much game you get. But this was a good deal. I'm going to say it was 25 to 35. I don't remember. Anyway, so let's take a real quick look at it. So you get a magazine and then a game. So let's just kind of real quick go through the index of the magazine and what you get. It's nice quality, normal MMP. Yeah, this is Multiman Publishing, by the way. Quality, nice cover, nice ad for the next game coming up in the series, which is Utah. So let's take a look here at the articles that are in there, and so Ty, who wrote this one, is one I played the game with, the one-day scenario with. That was fun. So getting started by Phil, just basics. I've not read these yet. I've just kind of really skimmed them, super high level, but. Getting started just tells you kind of some of the basics about it and things to understand what it's about, what you're trying to do in the game, in the overall game, not this particular strike, counter-strike game, but on the entire series. Then Dick does a story on the activation checklist, so really kind of going through and think what you need to think about. So it's not even really, I thought it was going to be like a literal checklist, but there's a bunch of those out there on Board Game Geek and on the MMP site. This is just things to think about. So it's a written article. It's not just a checklist. Command Concepts in GTS by Lee. Didn't spend much time skimming that one, but I think just again, like what you're trying to think about when you're doing your command and what it means. Up Close and Personal. So Ty just talks a little bit about assault and things to think about when you're going into assault. It is a kind of a complex routine. But it's really a flow chart, and Rich and I pretty much had it. We may have been forgetting or not knowing a couple things while we did it, but it flowed pretty well once you get to do it. And it does differ in a few of the games, 1.1 versus 2.0, and some of the Arnhem games, Market Garden games use 1.1, as does another one I don't remember. But King of the Battle, making artillery rule the battlefield, which is pretty big. Chris writes this one, and I'll turn to a couple of pages here in just a minute so you can see. SAR battle summary. So Joseph Chacon designed the scenario, the counter-strike game, and so he talks about the history of the battle, which is cool that it's in there, and gives a little bit about background. And then he writes another article, Assaulting Malamine Airfield. So just kind of a playthrough, sort of high level. The playthroughs in here they're not step by step, I think, but they're nice high level about how to achieve a particular result. DG does Operation Mercury Solitaire. I don't think he gets into solitaire rules. He just talks about maybe ways to play at solitaire, ways to speed up play, things like that, which is pretty cool. I like that. I play a lot of games solitaire. Day of the Tiger playthrough, again, another playthrough. Andrew says it's not a step-by-step, but kind of high-level big moves that he makes, and kind of bigger strategy moves. So that was pretty cool. That comes out of The Greatest Day, I believe. And lastly, Digital GTS, introducing the wizard. So Kirk talks about the vassal wizard and all that, and all the cool things that it does. This is a pretty amazing vassal module, by the way. All right, so let's I'm going to zoom back out a little bit, and let's just look at a couple of pages here real quick. I'm just going to flip randomly. So this is kind of getting to know the series. So you can see lots of pictures, lots of details, historical. I do like it when they show, like, this is the 3 battalions of the 6th Landing Brigade. So it just kind of helps you understand the structure. And having done minis, that kind of helped me understand structure. But so I like it when counter pieces are put together like this. You can do this yourself too, to kind of see the structure. And so that's the entire 6th Airborne Division. I'm not going to zoom in on that, but so there's the checklist article, command concepts, the SAR battle summary. So this is artillery, just talking about the importance of it. It is pretty important in this game. I'm going to skip some pages here, so pardon me a minute. So there's assaulting them. I wanted to show you. Well, anyway, so here's the King of the Tiger playthrough. So you can see he's not going through all the steps, but nice big pictures, color, it looks great, and then that's it. And then just QR code. Well, that's for that, but there's a QR code in there for the website for details. So let's take a look at the game rules, exclusive rules. Pretty thin. It's about 7 to 8 pages of rules and then scenarios. I did not realize that it came with 6 scenarios, so that's kind of cool. I love these pages in this game series. They do this in all of them, and it's for the game. So, Mercury has way fewer because there's just a lot of equipment in there. It's more infantry. But I just like seeing all the different pieces of equipment, and since I'm a miniatures guy, I'm a visual guy, so it's kind of cool to be able to relate what a Jagdpanther is and where that belongs. So that's pretty cool. I'm not going to flip through all the pages. This was an interesting thing, and I don't understand it yet, but it does show the setup in this kind of chart form, graph chart form, versus just a list, which is nice. The color, it seems busy with the colors, but it's just because I'm not familiar with what's going on there. But I do like it better than just a list of this, because it's like, okay, A of the 776, what do they mean? So they explain it, they talk about it here. I haven't seen a game with it yet, so I don't know if they're going to start doing that, like with the Utah one, or if that's in another one I'm not aware of. But it's kind of a cool way of doing the setup. Scenario 1 is a learning scenario, Schwerpunkt. So it looks like it's 1 turn. No, 0700 to 1100, so 2 turns. Is that right? Yeah, okay. So it could be 3 turns, because I'm not sure if you play that turn. You probably do play the 1100 turn. Tells you what's in the cup. Scenario 2, fight through the screen line. Looks like a few turns, and you go through a night turn, which is cool. So the main battle, so you can see more. I do like the look of this, and the color is to help you see the unit identification, which is nice. So that's what that's about. So that's the division, that's the formation color, I believe. So that's cool. Four is the 4th 80 counter attack. I don't know the battle that well yet, so can't tell if it's a counter attack or not. 5 and 6, short campaign game, long campaign game. So that's cool. Gives you some ice options. So again, for 35, 40, I don't know what it costs here. You're getting a full game. You just don't get a box. It came in a bag. So there's that. The terrain, I always do this too, which is nice. I'll do the map last. You get 2 of these charts and tables, which is great. These are always game specific. These pretty much, this side stays the same for the most part. There's probably a couple differences, I don't know. Maybe in the modifiers or something. But then the terrain effects is definitely different. Like each card, like the Creek card is much shorter because there's just less stuff. So that's kind of cool, rain and mud. And on here they give you the notes on the side, and the greatest day, the notes are a separate page because there's so many and longer. And again, with this system, the colored dot, actually there's only 5. So that's cool. The rest of them are just, other features. There's only 5 colors to know. So that's pretty cool. And those colors are in the center of the hex and tell you the kindest. So it's clear. Because, yeah, you can tell that's woods, but a lot of times it's, maybe just a little bit of woods, and it might count as a wood hex or it might be clear. But it makes it very clear, sorry for the word there, by the dot. So that's really neat. So there's 2 of these, which is good. And sticker cardstock, which is nice. Counters. 2.5 counter sheets. Well, really, it's really 2 counter sheets. We'll talk about that in a minute. So I'll just sit here and I like the yellow with the black. It's nice contrast. And whereas the dark gray is a little tougher. So there's the things. I'll just kind of go slow here for a second. You can take a look. Okay. And then the next one, a little bit more, for a few more units, and then just your normal card, your normal counters. Okay, just the other card. Now this is nice. So this is a card with just extra system markers, but then it's got some correction markers. So like Cree's got a wrong counter, which I believe are these here. So that's pretty cool. What's cool about that is that, and then some for the greatest day and the bulge game. And then give you a little guide about what it is. But what's cool about that is sometimes these things come in like their general magazine, or lots of game comes in their general game, and I'm like, I don't really want the magazine, and I don't want to pay 30 bucks for those counters. So this is cool. I get the counters and I get a game so that I want to play. So that's pretty cool. Well, first let's look at it this way. So this is the orientation of the map. So Drillingen, this is in France on the kind of the far east side near Germany. It's the Saar River Valley. So that's kind of where we are. And again, it shows you that in the magazine. So the map is oriented this way. I think these are probably victory point levels, which I think is really cool that they just mark them out so you know. I think it's interesting. It might say 0.5, but got your observation points. I just like their maps. I don't know. They just look really cool. So that's the game orientation map. I mean, that's the, so you can read the words, but it doesn't really matter. There's metting over there. Pretty simple map, really. I mean, great. I mean, very good lines of sight, which is good and bad, except for these crests, but you can see all the way across them. Now, what's cool, and I'll turn it around, but you can see it's got all the game stuff here. You don't need anything else. I mean, that's the thing about this. All right, so it's very cool. So you have your date, time, weather track. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is interesting. In the greatest day, you have more time. You have 9 time slots in the day, whereas this goes. Gosh, I think it might have started at 6. No, it was 7. I don't know. 7. Oh wait, this goes. Yeah, 7, 9. They're usually 2-hour turns. Yeah, 7, 9, 11, 1, and 3. The other one had 5, 7, and 9. Yeah, so that's 3 more. Yeah, and then night. So this night covers a bigger period of time. So that's kind of cool. It's got historical weather. That's interesting. Eliminated units, both sides. Get your 4th Infantry Division card, so it tells you command points, dispatch points, your rear guards, attachments, and air support, artillery parks, reinforcement stuff, 4th Armored, 44th Infantry, and then you got your Panzer Lehr. So it's really cool. They're smaller and they're concise and right where you need them on the game map. So I'm super pumped to give this a shot. And let's. I thought I would do one more just real quick so you can kind of see a close up of the map. And again, there's not a whole lot on this map to show you. It's pretty simple. Streams are a pain in the greatest day, so it'll be interesting to see what that does. But roads are important. Okay, there we go. That's all the stuff. I'm excited. Good job, MMP. Good job, team that worked on it. Yeah, good stuff. I'm looking forward to this. It'll be interesting to see. I'll come back and and I'll link it when I do it after we've played a couple games here to see, what we think of it and what I think of it, if I play with somebody else or not. So that's that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Do all the stuff, subscribe, like, put the bell so you're notified, and all that stuff. Share with all your friends, and get me to 1 billion viewers. Okay, thank you all, and hope you choose to. If you choose to get it, let's see some videos and pictures on the socials. All right, socials. What am I? All right, we'll talk to you later. See ya.